Mr. Dasgupta, thank you for making time and speaking to us. Before that, I would also like to urge our viewers to call us, and if you have any views on this rule that you have to wear a mask when you're inside your vehicle, do call us and share your views. Dr. Dasgupta, first of all, your views on this. Now the Delhi High Court has asked the government to reconsider rather, to whether they want to have this rule still or whether they want to withdraw it. First of all, I would like to understand from you, do you think that such a rule is required anymore? Does it make sense that when you're all by yourself in your car, do you really have to wear a mask?
Thank you. All by yourself in a moving car, it actually never made epidemiological sense. But to be fair to the Honorable Justice who passed this order earlier, Justice Pratibha Singh, it was her interpretation of a car as a public space. That's what she was interpreting. I'm not sure whether she was advised or whether she sought public health opinion. But as the wording of the judgment goes, she interpreted the car as a public space, and therefore even a single person, she ruled, would have to put on the mask. However, in the current double bench, Justice Sanghi, Justice Singh, as the report said, they have negated this view.
Right. Dr. Dasgupta, for those who are watching us at the moment, there has been this sense of resentment, especially among Delhi people, Delhi viewers. They have been saying that at a time when our politicians are openly campaigning, say for example, the Delhi Chief Minister is campaigning in Punjab, he is not seen wearing a mask. But back home in Delhi, people have to abide by this rule. At this point in time, what should one do? Because this, of course, is a very, very sensitive issue. But now, do you think it's high time that the Delhi government must, do something about this rule?
No, these two are in fact not comparable at all. A single person, he or she driving a car alone is one epidemiological situation, and a politician or any person for that matter in a group, in a congregation, that is epidemiologically a completely different scenario. So if you raise the question about politicians in rally or congregation settings, that of course simply doesn't make sense, because he or she is vulnerable to infection from others, as well as the possibility that he or she can infect others. So he or she is at risk too, not just being a source.
Right. In your view, what should be the solution now, as curbs have eased in the national capital and in other states as well? In your view, what is at the moment the correct way to protect yourself, the mask and social distancing and the rules and protocol that one should follow, given the situation, the trajectory at the moment?
First, the advisory should really come from national and state public health agencies. These are somewhat different scenarios. A single person in an open space, a group of persons in an open space, and a group of persons in a closed door setting. They have somewhat different epidemiological relevance, somewhat different risks. And therefore, rather than me passing an individual opinion, it is certainly pertinent that state and central public health agencies take stock of the current situation and therefore have very clear guidelines for these diverse settings.
All right, Dr. Dasgupta, please wait on with us. I'm also joined by a caller, Adil, who's joining us from Mumbai. Yes, Adil, please share your views on this issue.
I am 78 years old. I am from Mumbai. And this rule that you have to wear a mask when you're driving alone, I would go further that if all the members are of the same family, for like father, mother, son and daughter, in the house we don't wear a mask 24/7. But at least when you're driving alone, you don't need to wear a mask. It's a stupid rule of the highest order. That's my opinion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Adil, for speaking to Mirror Now and sharing your views. I'd also like to thank Rajiv Dasgupta for his very, very important perspective on this issue. We'll wait and watch as to what does the Delhi government do after this. We'll wait and watch whether they reconsider this move that ends up penalizing people at about 2,000 rupees if they're not wearing a mask inside their cars. All right, on that note, we'll take a short break. Stay tuned to Mirror Now for more news and updates.